Welcome back, everybody. It's Rudy with Alpha Investments. And, all right, we're going to talk about this KeyForge ridiculousness. And I just, this whole thing is just absolutely absurd. This nature of what's going on and how obsessed everybody is on the internet, it's just, this is nuts. I mean, how many card games have we seen? How many card games have we seen that have come and gone in the hype train? So, okay. First of all, I want to talk about Richard Garfield. For those of you who may or may not be aware of the history of Richard Garfield, how he develops games, and how intelligent he is, and very in tune and creative and outside the box, he is a first-to-market thinker. Clearly, we all know that because of, obviously, what did he invent? I don't know, what did he invent? Paper? So, I mean, his name has a lot of power. When people talk about his name and it gets thrown around, and you put his name on labels, it gets a lot of hype going. The thing a lot of people may not understand is Richard Garfield has developed and published a lot of games, a lot of prototypes, a lot of attempts to do the next Magic the Gathering. And he hasn't really had a lot of success besides the original Magic the Gathering. He's had some small hits here and there, but we're not talking like blockbuster nuclear change the industry type thing. So now the hot thing this month, and nope, it's not Transformers TCG. No, it's not the new Star Wars this. Nope, it's not the new that. So now it's KeyForge. I personally have not played it. I've watched online how to play. I've watched the mechanics. I've watched people do it. I've been following the whole thing. A lot of distributors have pitched me to carry the product. I've had patrons ask me about carrying KeyForge. And look, I'm going to be very blunt and honest with everybody. I don't believe in it. If I'm wrong, I hope everybody watching this video proves me wrong. I hope it becomes a sustainable powerhouse and changes the industry of trading cards. Seriously, I'm pulling for it. Seriously, I want that to happen. I would love to see the next Force of Will trading card game come out of nowhere and just, boom, impact the market. I would love to see it. I don't think KeyForge is going to be that. I've heard it from so many things. The last thing I've been hearing about, then, like I said, it just reminds me of the Transformers TCG, which was, when was Transformers TCG? Like 6 months or a year ago? And there's a million TCGs that have come before that. And some of them are actually really good. That's the issue. And KeyForge is actually a pretty well-designed game. It's actually pretty interesting, the mechanics and the engineering. I like the concept of it, of how to win and the risks and the balance. And I actually think it's a good game. But that's not what the video is about. What's going on now is we have the infamous, this horsemen thing, which, come on, you guys got to acknowledge the irony that the new KeyForge developed by Richard Garfield, everybody wants like the 4 horsemen. I mean, come on, Magic the Gathering, 4 horsemen, Arabian Legends, Antiquities, the Dark. I mean, does anybody find that really just kind of a funny, ironic slang term? I do. And Pepperidge Farm remembers. And if they remember, I remember. Don't you guys forget that. This is not a joke. So, anyways, people are paying these outrageous prices. Come on. Are you serious? I mean, what? You understand this is going to be a mass-produced item. This isn't like it's already out of print and something weird is going on. Like, the idea that people are already paying these crazy... The secondary market's already trying to find itself. And it's a pure 100% speculation. There's no set print run data. Everybody's going after it. And the fact Richard Garfield's name is on it from Magic the Gathering, people think it could be the next Alpha Beta. And you know what? I hope I look like a fool and everybody can make fun of me in this video, and 5 years from now, those horseman decks are worth like 10 grand. I hope that happens, because I would love to see a real stand-up competitor. Another ivory tower built next to the Wizards and the Magic ivory tower. I would like to see 2 towers attack each other. I want to see 2 companies go at it. I want to see ivory towers, and I want that to happen, but I just don't believe the market share, the market cap, and anybody can do it. And that includes Richard Garfield. I just don't see it happening. And you know what? Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe they're going to make it go out of print early, and they're going to try to sustain those secondary market prices. But I'm not seeing this, I don't know, simulated hype, this out of nowhere, everybody's just trying to flip these decks. And I went on eBay, and like a week ago there was barely any. And then yesterday there was a lot. And I checked this morning and it like doubled again. Like everybody's just trying to cash in on this. And I just don't, I just don't, it's not real. The whole thing's a fugazi, everybody. It's just a bunch of, it's just funny. And, you know, I just feel like it's a bunch of amateurs and a bunch of people who are trying to get in on the ground floor as if it's the next alpha of Magic the Gathering. And, you know, I don't think you could be farther from the truth. And again, I hope I'm proven wrong. But the idea that people are already trying to flip these sealed decks, they're opening a pack, there's a sealed deck, they take a picture of it, cover up the QR code so nobody can scan it on the auction, and everyone's like, I'm going to sell it for hundreds, I'm going to sell it for this and that. I mean, what? Like, what? Yeah, like, I've seen this stuff come and go so many times. I don't see anything in place that makes me believe this is sustainable, or this is nothing more than a flash in the pan. And again, let's step back from KeyForge for a moment. Let's not even talk about the game, how good or bad it is, what we think of it. Let's look at the industry. Honestly, just honestly. Let's take the emotions aside of how much you love, hate, want to date, do, slap me, punch me. I don't care. Let's take it out of the equation. Honestly, everybody. How many of you honestly believe there is room for a whole other section in Walmart for another card game? And it's actually going to sell just as well as Pokemon and Magic? Honestly. Do we think that's really feasible? Honestly, you know, as we know, the market share for paper card games and the long-term potential for paper, not digital, starting out in 2018, 2019, I just don't see it. And maybe I'm missing something. Maybe I'm old-fashioned. You know, I still have a vehicle. When I drive my vehicle to Walmart, my car has square wheels. It goes slow. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I haven't caught up to all of you cool kids out there that are all in the approved, sponsored, inside trading. You're all the cool people. Maybe I'm just not a part of that club and I don't know the real information. But from what I'm seeing, from my perspective, and I hope I get some good feedback in the comments section. I mean, if you don't want to, you know, you can do the standard giggity ball slap, giggity whatever. It just is what it is. But I don't know why the hype and why would you be comfortable throwing that much money? Who's going to spend $200 on a horseman deck? Or $1,000 or $1,200 or $800? Like, what makes you think that isn't a vehicle that's going to hold value? Do you know the print run numbers? Is this out of print? And is Richard Garfield, did he flee the country to some special sex island that we don't know about that's completely inappropriate? Is he doing something we don't know? Because the last I checked, Richard Garfield is not a fan of the secondary market. He's never been a fan of Magic and investing in expensive cards. He doesn't believe in that. And I respect his opinion, but again, what makes everybody believe that this new thing in 2018 being released, almost 2019, is going to change and break all the molds and become an outlier? I don't understand what everybody's seeing right now. I've seen the game. It's fine. It looks fun. But it doesn't, I'm not seeing something that makes me go, oh my God, like the first time you saw Magic, the first time I went somewhere and I went to a library or a Books A Million or a comic book store in 1994 as a kid, and I saw people sitting there playing with unlimited and beta cards, and they were opening revised decks and adding dual lands that were white-bordered to their black-bordered deck, and I was going, what the hell is this? And my brain imploded on itself like the first time you the first time you get a dopamine pleasure rush. Like, my brain couldn't believe the art, the cards, the mechanic. I was just floored. And I don't see that with KeyForge. And everybody is just hyped. And I'm the only one, I feel like I'm the only Debbie Downer negative Nancy. And I don't know what I'm missing. I think it's a cool game, but people are putting money into it like it's like Apple or Amazon on an IPO for like 50 cents a share, and they think they're going to become millionaires. I don't know. Is this a side effect of Bitcoin continuing to just collapse into the dirt? Is this the market being turmoil? Is this a combination of people looking for the next best thing? So that's all I got. I'm done rambling because I don't know specifically what's causing this, but it's very fascinating to watch. And I think over the next 3-6 months and even this time next year when we do a follow-up, I think it's going to be a fun follow-up. And just be cautious, everyone. Seriously, be careful with your money, especially buying these expensive cards.